पढ़ाई कहाँ से शुरू हुई थी?
So it's a very small village in
is it?
Chhattisgarh. हाँ, it was a Hindi medium school, छोटा सा government school था, वहाँ से start किया था.
इंजीनियरिंग का डिसीजन कब हुआ, या अपने आप हो गया, या पता ही नहीं था और बस कि मतलब सब दे रहे हैं एग्जाम, हम भी दे लेंगे चलो?
सब पता नहीं था honestly.
अच्छा,
सब दे रहे हैं तो मैं भी थी, but यही था कि since I liked science, so it was something which it was something which aligned with what I liked. So I went ahead and I took PCM plus computer.
Okay.
So that was the time when I was introduced to coding. बहुत basic था, but I liked it. So and then I took multiple entrance examinations. एक दो निकले, finally I decided. So I have engineering from XI and XII. I was also in the robotics club because मुझे वो भी try करना था कैसे क्या होता है management and all. I did a few projects. For one of which I got a grant of 1 lakh from NVIDIA. There were around 150 students who came from different colleges to Bangalore to participate in the final.
And how many people were they supposed to recruit out of these 150?
11.
Welcome back to the Wise Bard Company's Talkfest, and today we have Saumyata, a girl who lights up a room when she enters one. Engineering, not a problem. MBA from XLRI, not a problem. She's somebody who puts pressure under pressure. Listen to her. So, I understand it is XLRI Delhi.
Delhi, yes.
On campus.
Yes, sir. I think the first question that must be coming to your mind is there's just one campus in Jamshedpur. How is Delhi now? So it's kind of...
Please continue.
Yeah, so it's kind of an extended campus rather. And there's a new campus which was opened 3 years back. And we have equally good faculties over here. Some of the faculties are they travel from Jamshedpur. They travel from Jamshedpur to Delhi to teach us. And the placements are common. So it's more like an extended campus only. And there are committees also, which we have student committees. Few of the student committees are cross campus. And a few are over here, which are managed only in this campus itself. But again, the discussions and everything that happens together through, in both the campuses. So
I think fun over here. I think it is also a better option because this is NCR, New Delhi, and you are much better connected with the rest of the country.
Yes.
All right, Saumyata, beta. Which city did you start your schooling in? ये तो हम दिल्ली बैठे हैं और जमशेदपुर की बात कर रहे थे. पढ़ाई कहाँ से शुरू हुई थी?
So it's a very small village in Chhattisgarh. It was a Hindi medium school, छोटा सा government school था, वहाँ से start किया था.
But ऐसा क्यों किया?
My father has a transferable job. तो पापा का rural posting था तब. And मेरे parents नहीं they didn't want me to send to school, but मुझे school जाना था because आसपास के सारे बच्चे school जाते थे. So I was very bored. तो मैं I think 2.5-3 साल की थी, मैं रोना शुरू की, मुझे भी जाना है, जैसे स्कूल पता नहीं क्या ही बहुत अच्छी चीज
क्या दे देगा.
तो so they were like ठीक है let's send her. तो फिर उन्होंने भेजा था. I studied there for around maybe I think 7-8 months only. फिर वापस transfer हो गया and then we moved to Bhilai.
Bhilai is a much bigger and probably industrial city, I guess.
Bhilai steel plant is there. Okay. So I studied in total in 6 schools.
Okay.
Yeah, and
10 साल तो होता है कुल मिला के क्लास 3 से लेके 12 तक का. And in those, okay, add another 3 years, 2 years or whatever. तो 12 साल 6 स्कूल.
6 स्कूल था पूरा.
And which cities were they? पहला तो छत्तीसगढ़ में था, then you had
Pithora, then Bhilai, then Bilaspur, then Ranchi, then Bhubaneswar, then Jamshedpur.
Wow, that is some life. I remember you said कि जमशेदपुर से मैंने 12 किया तो probably I would like to go back.
Then I did from Jamshedpur, but पापा को वापस transfer हो गया था, so he said after 10th कि let's go. I was like, I'm done with changing schools and
you go, I'll stay.
I'll stay here because finally I had some friends. Every time, so it used to happen कि the schools get changed, I have to make again new friends every 2 years, 3 years. So that, but that helped me to build a good, like, I am quite adaptable right now. I don't panic in like difficult situations and new situations, because I had been through that throughout my life, sort of. So
it's just nothing new. I mean, it's nothing new. If it changes, it changes.
Yes, I'm like, हाँ, okay, देख लेंगे.
Yeah, देख लेंगे. So, were you a decent student to begin with? मतलब पढ़ाई में मन लगता था और समझ में आता था?
Yes sir, but I was never a topper, not even in the top 5 most of the time, because I time to transfer में निकल जाता था. I used to go there, cope up करते करते, इतना था कि eventually what happened was I started enjoying a few subjects. So I started studying just because I used to enjoy those subjects. And where I didn't enjoy, my marks were not that great. It was kind of decent marks only, average marks. So this is how I was. But during 10th and I ensured that I at least get good marks. However, at that time I did not know कि CAT के बाद बहुत
way off.
हाँ, नहीं पता था, but पता होता तो और मेहनत कर ली होती.
Okay, तो you liked math. You liked math.
Yes sir.
अच्छा, मतलब हो जितना भी हो नहीं हो पा रहा है, but हाँ है कि math से डर नहीं था, at least you were not scared of the subject.
No,
okay.
Not scared.
So did you realize it early on, or you saw somebody in the family or around कि math एक subject है, बेटा पढ़ लो, आगे जाके जो है बहुत काम आता है?
So my father is a banker.
Okay.
So he used to ensure कि math बच्ची पढ़ रही है ना.
Math पढ़ रही है, कुछ पढ़े ना पढ़े math होना चाहिए.
Math तो पढ़ लेना चाहिए इसको.
But that was really important ना, क्योंकि life में math बहुत काम आया उसके बाद.
हाँ, बहुत काम आया. And I think and I personally loved science, physics, chemistry, but धीरे-धीरे समझ में आ गया कितना difficult है.
As you move ahead, you realize कि इतना भी अच्छा नहीं है.
हाँ, but बहुत interesting था, and so I love science and maths both. इसलिए फिर मैं 10th के बाद PCM I chose, but हाँ वहाँ पे realize है okay numericals बहुत tough होते हैं. अभी
recently my daughter she got introduced to chemistry in class 6th. एक सब्जेक्ट आया केमिस्ट्री करके, तो उसको ना मार्क्स मिल गए, कुछ 20 में से 19 आ गया. तो नाउ शी कंसिडर्स herself to be a master in chemistry, और ये है कि मतलब आई एम द बेस्ट इन केमिस्ट्री इन माई क्लास एंड आई नीड टू मेंटेन दैट. तो संस्कृत में 20 में 12 आया है, शी इज नॉट टू वरीड अबाउट इट, बट केमिस्ट्री में जो है she is
I think we all need that confidence only to like move ahead, including the CAT prep also.
It confidence चाहिए होता है. अच्छा, तो before we come to CAT, of course schooling चल रहा है, and मतलब ठीक है, पढ़ रहे हैं, क्लास में टॉप नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, अच्छा मतलब समझ में चीजें आ रही हैं, you are able to cope with whatever the subjects are. And इंजीनियरिंग का डिसीजन कब हुआ, या अपने आप हो गया, या पता ही नहीं था और बस कि मतलब सब दे रहे हैं एग्जाम, हम भी दे लेंगे चलो?
सब पता नहीं था honestly. सब दे रहे हैं तो मैं भी थी, but यही था कि since I liked science, so it was something which it was something which aligned with what I liked. So I went ahead and I took PCM plus computer. So that was the time when I was introduced to coding. बहुत basic था, but I liked it. So and then I took multiple entrance examinations. एक दो निकले, finally I decided. So I have engineering from SRM Chennai in IT branch. तो वहाँ पे जब मुझे IT branch it was offered, so I of course grabbed it because I wanted to go ahead in that. I wanted to build a career, or I wanted to learn IT basically. So that happened, and I think engineering days में I explored myself because I did a lot of things while studying also, because it was something which I really liked, so I excelled over there. Secondly, I was also in the robotics club because मुझे वो भी try करना था कैसे क्या होता है, management and all. I even did a few projects for one of which I got a grant of 1 lakh from NVIDIA.
Oh, acha.
Yeah, so I did a lot of things over there, and that helped me to boost my confidence, and as I mentioned, I think I became a better person over there. And it was there where I realized that okay, now what I want to do. But of course, yeah.
I would slightly bring us back to when you were preparing for engineering, basically. So did you take a drop and started preparing, or it was immediately after 12th you took some exams, you chose the one that you qualified and you chose the college?
So it was initially I went ahead with the classes itself in during the 12th. Okay. And I couldn't score very great, but it wasn't that bad as well. So I thought of taking a drop again, because I thought the gap that restricted me from going to a good college could be lessened. But that didn't happen. Again, there were some issues which came up. So because of that, again, I couldn't make it to great college.
I understand that a girl child has always had it tougher in terms of education, in terms of because unfortunately what happens कि अभी भी ये लगता है कि मतलब not all but parents sometimes they feel कि इन पे क्यों invest करें, she'll be just going away after 20, 24, 20 whatever, वो एक unfortunate line of thought है. Were you also kind of facing these problems from people around you, or you were always encouraged कि बेटा जो करना है करो and just keep yourself busy, do something, even if you don't get to a certain position or a certain maybe a college or a job, it's okay? Or were you under the pump that perform करना ही रहेगा वरना I'll be answerable to a lot of people maybe?
So my parents of course supported me. That's why I could take a drop. However, there were so many people, relatives, my parents, friends. They were saying कि क्या फायदा है वापस drop करा के इतना खर्च करके.
This was the discussion.
This was the discussion, and my father stood up for me at that time. बोले कि नहीं कुछ अच्छा नहीं करेगी तो फिर कैसे आगे बढ़ेगी. And he didn't want, like he wanted me to get a good job. Build a good career, to make me independent eventually. Okay. So that was my father's aim. So he stood up and he always supported me. And same of course goes with my mother as well. And so that's why I was able to take a drop. I studied and then I got the.
So the target would have been obviously IIT. The when you sat down to prepare, the target would have been IIT, and which did not happen actually. So that would have been a setback because of course you have taken a year away from your life to just sit and prepare for something, and it doesn't happen. How did the family react to it? How did you react to that?
So it was a very bad
heartbreaking.
For a moment I thought that maybe this is not the thing that this is not made for me. I even thought that. So I even thought of preparing for law. So I even took CLAT exam.
अच्छा ये भी हुआ बीच में.
I did everything. हाँ ये भी कर लिया मैंने. And I prepared I think 1.5 months or so for CLAT, and I got quite decent marks over there. But then my parents were against me taking up the law. They were like, no, you can't go over there, because as per them, I mean, they thought I won't be able to excel, and again, the career in law is very challenging. So they asked me nahi karna hai, and asked me to go ahead and pursue engineering itself.
Okay, so that was somewhat a decision that maybe it wasn't entirely yours, but then a prudent one कि भाई चलो बच्चा पढ़ता हुआ आया है एक चीज इसी में आगे डाल देते हैं इसको. Okay, so and you were in which city at this time in class 12th?
Jamshedpur itself.
Okay, so from Jamshedpur you were supposed to go to Chennai.
Yes, sir.
Okay, again for a girl child to leave her house, her family, and move to a college in a totally new environment. Regardless कि बहुत सारे ट्रांसफर्स लिए हैं, बहुत सारे शहर देखे हैं, but then this stuff was serious कि आपको जाना है वहाँ पे 4 साल, you have to be on your own. Maybe मतलब ठीक है बीच में आते आते रहेंगे, but चेन्नई इतना पास में भी नहीं है कि आते जाते रहेंगे. So again was it कि ठीक है अब सिलेक्शन हो गया जा रहे हैं, या फिर से डिस्कशन हुआ कि बेटा देख लो कुछ और आसपास मिलता है?
नहीं वो डिस्कशन नहीं हुआ था, because again everyone, because since as I mentioned earlier itself कि बहुत जगह I had already lived, so my parents knew I can survive over there.
Okay.
So कुछ बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं होगी, and for them it was हाँ बस 4 साल की बात है.
अच्छा, ओह.
हाँ, बस ज्यादा की बात है, हो जाएगा.
In certain cases, you have had wonderful parents because sometimes they mean well for us, but they are not able to act like that. But in your case, it seems कि अभी तक तो सब मामला सही जा रहा है. And okay, you go to college, you meet people from all over the nation, perhaps for the first time. Now, how competitive was the campus?
It was very competitive.
अच्छा.
It was very because सभी disheartened होके आए थे IIT exam से,
yes.
अच्छा करना था. And there were opportunities, but वो grab करना was the toughest part. And the batch is really huge. So we had around, I think, बहुत सारे branches थे. I never counted, but the batches were 5,000 people.
5,000 people on campus at one
campus in first year, yes, only from different branches. My branch had 350. But yeah, the placement used to happen again. The placements are combined for CS, IT and software. So I think CS में कुछ 700 800 थे, हमारे 350 था, and again I think 350 or so in software. So ये सब combined for the same companies. 1,500
people, around 17, 15, around 15. Okay. अरे one thing बेटा, you said that okay, यहाँ पे सभी लोग आए थे who were kind of who had just suffered a setback in their life कि भाई जो एक ड्रीम होता है वो अभी शटर हुआ था. Now you know कि यार इस लाइफ टाइम में तो हम IIT नहीं जा रहे हैं. Not for BTech at least. Maybe MTech, maybe something else, MBA or something else maybe, but we are not. How were you able to pull yourself out of it? या फिर वो डिस्कशन मतलब बात करना उस पे बंद हो गया कि ठीक है अब this is the best we have, let's do our best? या कभी बैठ के रोना होता था चाय कॉफी पी के रात को कि यार
वो रोना होता था, and then we used to even curse the campus, अरे कहाँ आ गए, we had so much in us, क्यों आ गए? But then the faculties were also very supportive, the seniors were very supportive. Okay. तो बहुत सब चीजें काफी ट्रांसपेरेंट थी, so we knew कि क्या कंपनीज आ रहे हैं, क्या कितना पैकेज ऑफर कर रहे हैं, हर जगह कैसे सीन होता है, how can we build better versions of ourselves. तो वो सब के लिए so we used to discuss with the seniors. तो वैसा trajectory I built a trajectory in my head कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is the company I'm targeting and these are the 10 things I have to do so that this company can shortlist me and I can then go ahead and crack that company's exam.
But this would have been in what, third year or last year?
First year itself. First year. Because वो CGPA cut off रहता था ना, तो वो पढ़ना मतलब it was so every company has a cut off कि इतना तो maintain करना ही होता है, तो वो काफी high रहता है for few companies which offers very good packages. So वो first year से ही फिर समझ में आ गया था कि अच्छे से पढ़ना है, साथ से projects भी करना होगा, so the CV looks good. Just try on now that CV looks good.
This, I mean, इतनी दूरदर्शिता चाहिए होती थी that what you are supposed to do in the fourth year, you start building it up in the first year itself.
Yes, sir. And again with the help of the seniors, because हम third year के seniors से interact करते थे, सब कुछ करते थे, they used to guide us because they used to have sessions for us.
Okay.
कि अच्छा ये करना चाहिए and where they are going, so that our ambitions can become higher and higher. So these things used to happen.
And okay, this is the career path. This is where you want to go. You want to join a certain company or maybe a certain kind of environment or atmosphere. What about studies? Were you still able to grasp the subjects? The modules?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that has not been a problem.
I liked that branch. That was not a problem. Had I been a different branch, maybe things would have been different. But since I liked IT, I liked coding, I liked computer networks, all the subjects, whatever were taught to us, I loved all of them. So I was able to excel in them.
Okay, because one problem that I faced all my life was that half the time or perhaps more than half the time I could not understand what was being taught. समझ नहीं आता था कि समझ नहीं आ रहा है. तो एक तो है कि पढ़ाई में मन नहीं लग रहा और दूसरा है कि जो आप पढ़ा रहे हो हमें समझ वैसे भी नहीं आ रहा है तो और मन नहीं लग रहा है. So you're just spiraling downwards instead of moving up. Did it
ever? क्लास में कोई नहीं पढ़ता है, खुद ही पढ़ना पड़ता है. खुद ही
पढ़ना पड़ता है. After a certain level खुद ही पढ़ना पड़ रहा है.
खुद ही पढ़ना पड़ता है.
अच्छा, तो it is Chennai and the medium of instruction would be English, totally English.
Yes, sir.
तो कुछ बच्चे इधर के जाते होंगे जैसे हमारे नॉर्थ के गए होंगे from smaller towns. How did they survive? Sir,
everyone knew English over there.
अच्छा ओके, इट वाज, अच्छा प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं था वाला ऐसा।
हाँ, प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं था। हाँ,
ओके, अच्छा ओके।
in fact nobody knew Hindi, so
Oh.
if we don't know English, I mean, because there are people who also come from the southern part of India over there. They don't know Hindi, they don't know any other language. Their mother tongue and then English. English was the only medium for us, all of us, to converse and get together.
Okay, so that makes English very important in fact. हाँ, ये ठीक है, वो आना चाहिए, at least communication level का आना चाहिए, उतना आना चाहिए. And then of course placement में companies आएंगे, then again you have to interact with them, so
yes, though people spoke grammatically incorrect English,
but बोलते हैं
when we do that over your answer, but that's the only medium we have.
Okay, ठीक है, तो क्लास 1 कह रहा हूँ, ईयर 1 में एक बच्चा है, वो अभी से प्लान बना रहा है कि 3rd ईयर 4th ईयर में क्या करना है. पढ़ रहे हैं, चलो पढ़ाई अच्छी लग रही है, समझ में आ रहा है, दैट वाज द गुड पार्ट. कॉम्पिटिटिव हैं लोग, आसपास भिड़ते हैं, मेहनत करेंगे. दिस इज द सिनेरियो इन कॉलेज. डिड at any moment in college, were there any moments of maybe jealousy because someone was better, someone was coming from a more privileged background, someone just was, I mean, he or she understood things better and they were more mature?
A lot. A lot. But at the same time, I also got a few good friends with whom I used to discuss कि अरे ये कैसे अच्छा कर रहा है, where am I lacking? So we used to introspect, अच्छा ठीक है, these are 2 more things we should try to do or we should avoid doing. And at the same time, when I look back right now, I think it was good that they were performing better than what I was, because I learned a lot from them. There was a group of people, they sort of started a startup all together.
Okay, in the college.
In the college itself, yes.
Okay.
And I really thought that okay, मेरे दिमाग में idea क्यों नहीं आया, but when I saw them how they managed stuff and everything, I learned so many things. कि छोटे से ही idea था, I don't remember exactly, but they started with a club. And then they made it to a startup where they build apps. They launched it. Then they started taking contracts from different again clients to build certain apps and all those things. And so this was something which was very great, because I saw how they were doing the marketing of their company. छोटी सी जो कंपनी बनाई थी, उनका कैसा ऑफिस उन्होंने छोटा सा बनाया था. इट वाज अ वेरी गुड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस. एंड नाउ दे हैव क्लोज्ड इट. बहुत ज्यादा सस्टेन नहीं कर पाया वो. बाय द टाइम दे गॉट आउट of the college, they had to close it down because बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं था and everyone had their own career paths.
Their own career paths.
So they shut it down. But again, it was a very great learning experience, of course, for them, but as well as for us who were like we were in the same class, so we used to discuss also sometimes क्या कर रहे हो and all. So I think it's very great to be with those people who are actually better than us.
Because abhi when I was talking to one of my seniors, he had written a wonderful piece on sports from a spectator's point of view, and I felt so, I mean, uneasy about it for the simple fact that I could not write it. एक अजीब सा इमोशन अंदर आया कि यार मतलब he has certain perspectives which I couldn't even think of, and here is a piece which somebody else has written. So I don't know if the term for that is jealousy or something, but it made me really uncomfortable. मतलब मुझे लगा ना कि यार मतलब ये भगवान ने कुछ जाती की है यहाँ पे. I should have been able to write that. हाँ, तो sometimes it happens. But then हाँ ठीक है, शायद वो jealousy नहीं होती है probably. It is again a desire to improve yourself, maybe learn. वो jealousy would be the wrong term to give it. Okay, तो फाइनली वो दिन आता है जब आप जिसके लिए आप डे 1 प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे, फर्स्ट ईयर प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे, दैट वाज द प्लेसमेंट सीन. अगेन वाज इट हाई प्रेशर और इट वाज ठीक है जो मिलेगा देखा जाएगा?
So the first company that came was my dream company only. It was Amazon. And I was preparing for Amazon only since first year तो नहीं, second year. बीच में breaks होते थे, of course, कोई इतना भी पढ़ नहीं लेता और मैं कोई इतनी भी पढ़ा
नहीं, दिमाग में Amazon था, बाकी चल रहा है अपना.
बाकी चल रहा है, But I thought I was well prepared for that company, but I got eliminated in the last second round, and I was very sad. I did not have a plan B. The only plan was Amazon से जाना है, and वो obsession था sort of Amazon से. And when I got eliminated, I did not know what to do, and I was just crying कि अब क्या होगा. But then then I took a break from everything. कि मैं कुछ नहीं कर रही for 10 days. जिसमें और companies आई गई, but I needed that break because I was kind of obsessed. That was again the second setback that I had. Then फिर मुझे देखा कि companies जा रही हैं. I have to think of a plan now. But then I thought कि चलो जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Let's start participating in the placement process. Then the next day itself, when I decided this, HUL's pre-placement talk happened, where they told us about their products and how the company functions, their employee benefits, and how they interact with or how they add value to give values to the consumers. So all of these things kind of fascinated me, and I had been personally like I like shopping. वो सब brands वगैरह देख के I was like, okay, this is a next company which I really want to crack. But yeah, HUL's pre-placement talk happened, and the final process of HUL happened after a month from that time. So then I had a month to prepare for that company. So I started preparing the GD, PI, all कैसे रहता है, and their behavioral questions, all of these things. So in that 1 month, I focused a lot over there, and apart from that, I of course focused on all our other companies. So I also thought of a plan B this time. अगर नहीं हुआ तो क्या? The plan B was going ahead with GATE now.
Okay, so basically
I started preparing. Yes, MTech. So I started, or maybe a PSU. Anything. So I started preparing for GATE as well, and for that company as well. And जो GATE में questions are the same questions are asked in the entrance exams of multiple companies as well.
CRT, we call them CRT, right? Campus recruitment tests.
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought कि सब parallel हो जाएगा साथ. So I started preparing for GATE, and then of course taking the entrance exams of not entrance exams, the CRT of multiple companies, and then preparing for HUL as well. So I started getting shortlisted for a lot of companies, but but luckily all of those final processes were scheduled after HUL. Okay. Yeah. So then HUL the day came, and first the GD happened. So we had to go to Bangalore. So before that also there was an initial shortlist. Then they again filtered out the student basis of behavioral questions. So all of these things happened within those 1 month. Then on the final day, there were I think 40 from SRM campus who went to Bangalore. There were around 150 students who came from different colleges to Bangalore to participate in the final.
And how many people were they supposed to recruit out of these 150?
11. 11 got shortlisted in there out of 150. And initially the shortlist which came had 60 people, and from 60 they filtered out to
it's coming down,
and then so this had all happened. So the first one was GD, and so I had never participated in GD before, but I did see some YouTube videos. Okay. कि कैसे करते हैं क्या बोलते हैं. So it was a case discussion that was given to us. So it was it went well, and then out of 150 or so, only 23 made it to the next round for PI. Then after PI, the PI also went good. It was kind of fun. Okay. Where I was where they again gave us certain situational questions, and since my role was or the role I was interviewing for was executive in IT function. So they asked me some conditional questions related to IT function itself, or how what technology I can bring or suggest for different difficult situations. So of course I aced that, and I was among those 11 in the final.
So this is in a span of a month and a few days from that Amazon heartbreak.
Amazon, yes.
To HUL. Okay, तो थोड़ा recovery हुआ थोड़ा सा.
And I think I'm glad that Amazon didn't happen.
Why would you say that?
Because I loved my job in HUL. It was so fun, so interesting. I never got bored even a single day over there, because every day brought a new challenge and a new learning opportunity for me. So I have 4 years of work ex now, and I loved it. I got the chance to work with great leaders over there, and that again, because that inspired me to go ahead and do MBA. Because I used to look at them and I always used to think that, okay, I have to become like them, because how they because what I admire about them is that they have a long-term vision about everything. Any decision that they take, they think from like what will be the impact after 5 or 10 years from the decision itself. So they think like that. Secondly, they never panic, and somehow they know everything. Like seriously, they know everything. So how can I become someone like someone who knows everything, or who can become an expert in just like 2-3 days in any new thing that comes up? So I want to become like them. And one thing common with all of them was an MBA degree from a very great college.
Okay, so that is where this CAT stuff came in.
Yes, and it took some time for me to realize that, okay, I have to go ahead and do an MBA. Earlier, I thought that, okay, I mean, there's no point doing an MBA. I don't know why I used to think that, but now that I'm here, I have realized the importance, because it prepares us to never give up. I think just to never give up and keep trying until you get it.
As you said right at the start, that it is hectic.
Yes,
it is hectic. And again, taking 4 years to decide, or did you take more CAT attempts? I'm not aware, but जब मैं तुमसे मिला था,
you took two attempts. So after I finished, like I finished 2 years in HL, I decided to go ahead with CAT.
Okay.
Then I took my first attempt and I couldn't clear during that time. Then I took my second attempt. Even I couldn't CAT during that time, but I had that and I knew maybe I can do that, because. So again, I somehow just managed to again brush up my prep, and I went ahead and cracked that.
Right. I think we met in which year? That would be 19 or
21.
I think 21. एक साल. And we were going through this pandemic and a lot of disturbances.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that is where we started our online sessions and all.
Yes,
and
sir.
then came the interview part.
Yes.
Where we had a wonderful team to guide us through. The amazing people, they still are there. every single year we decide that हम इस बार ये काम नहीं करेंगे. It is too much of an anxiety. But then we decide कि जैसे ही कोई कॉल आता है किसी बच्चे का कि सर आपका नंबर मिला था और कॉल आया हुआ है, we are again like, अरे यार इसको कैसे छोड़ दें.
But I'm really thankful to the entire panel because of all of them I was able to.
Wonderful people. They are wonderful people.
Yes, sir.
They and एक चीज बड़ा अच्छा था that they always gave a lot of time to us. मतलब हड़बड़ी नहीं थी कि जाना है, ये है, वो है. When they came, they sat. And they sorted everything out before leaving. And एक ये होता था that our interviews were never ever the duration of the interview was never less than 50 minutes minimum. 50 मिनट का grilling होता था, and then probably the feedback part or the normal chit chat. एक तेरा ना interview हमने record किया था which you had with Mr. Kanishk Malik for HR XLR.
Oh, that was super grilling.
I have the entire interview with me. So उसमें when you went off कि ठीक है सर feedback हो गया ये वो, then we started talking about, and हम बात वहाँ पे शायद कर रहे हैं कि अरे ये शानी है, इसका हो जाएगा, स्मार्ट है ये. that also got बाद में सुनने का because बेटा you came out very मतलब एक होता है ना कि there are certain people with whom working or even the basic thing of talking becomes very easy. So we always knew कि interview में तो unstoppable है, वहाँ पे तो if she doesn't make a fool of herself, कुछ गलती से गलती कर दिया तो बात अलग है. If she remains normal, she'll crack any damn interview. वो उसका टेंशन हमें था नहीं कोई खास इतना. हाँ, and ये भी पता था कि HR जाना नहीं है. हाँ, we were trying to frame questions and the answers कि भाई ये हो तो ये बोल देना. Were you able to crack HR?
No, but I was waitlisted, but my waitlist wasn't that far. If I would have withdrawn my
you would have gotten it.
I would have got it.
Okay. अच्छा, finally. So ठीक है, ये अपना XLRI का दूसरा अपना BM रिजल्ट आता है, and you get selected obviously. And how I understand that this would have been the highest point of her academic career. Even when Chennai was okay, it was good, but the XLRI, BM from XLRI.
So finally the dream to study in Tier 1 college.
Tier 1 college, right.
Yes, sir. So, if not IIT, let it be.
Let it be, हाँ. But ultimately हम कहीं एक top institute जो है वहाँ पहुँच गए हैं finally. Okay. And how did your parents react to it?
Oh, they were very happy. Like I think at a point they started thinking, हाँ कुछ नहीं होने वाला, छोड़ो. It's fine. They were thinking, अच्छा ठीक है, अब शादी वादी कर लो, हो गया.
जो HUL में प्रोडक्ट्स है ना वही इस्तेमाल कर लो, अपने आप से देखा जाएगा.
So that was how it was. But नहीं crack हो गया, so I was super happy. The parents were very happy. अरे वाह.
कर लिया ना. This was nice कि कुछ होना नहीं है. देखो बेटा, बस जिंदगी आगे भी है. 4 years of being a professional and then getting back to being a student. How difficult has been the transition?
So it's very easy.
Achha.
It's amazing. It's like a break, because I was super annoyed with that corporate life. Every day same tension. Like after I came here, I couldn't stop smiling for weeks because there was no tension in my life.
Beautiful campus and everything.
Beautiful campus, no tension कि अच्छा अभी डेडलाइन है, अभी ये कुछ सबमिट करना है, वो मैनेजर का कॉल आने वाला है कि हे वैसे what happened to the proposal that we had to send? कुछ नहीं था. It was so nice, no tension. पढ़ाई भी कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहा था. It was all chill initially. For at least 2-3 weeks से बहुत मजा आया. फिर पढ़ाई शुरू हुई. Still, that's very less tension compared to what we all.
How the professional world was. Because so that was that. हाँ. अच्छा, अभी मतलब कि 2 साल चलो अच्छा बीतेगा. हाँ. I think summer internship का टाइम चल रहा होगा अभी.
खत्म भी हो गया.
निकल गई. Okay. In certain institutes अभी जैसे IIM Lucknow has just wrapped it up. उनका आया that 100% placement.
Even we had it.
Of course. Every top institute. I think 100% की बात ही नहीं है. शायद एक बच्चे को on an average 3 offers मिलने चाहिए. That is the thing. What these institutes aim at.
Yes, sir. So I got 2 offers. One from Amazon. Finally from Amazon. And then one from another company, Accenture Strategy. And so I went ahead with Accenture Strategy.
अच्छा, अब ये नखरा है कि Amazon जाना नहीं है.
So अब पाथ चेंज हो गया है, अब प्रेफरेंस चेंज हो गया है. जब चाहिए था
अब आप मिले नहीं हमको. This is something seriously interesting. मतलब Amazon ने कब रिफ्यूज किया था? That was the last year of your engineering. Then you went ahead for 4 years of job, and come the 5th year, the same company comes and says कि भाई please join us, and you say कि sir thank you sir, मतलब अब तो आपने देर कर दी. I have moved on in life. Then why
से बदला टाइप था.
that was what I was coming to कि भाई मतलब जब Amazon जाना नहीं था, because I'm pretty sure you knew the profile they were looking for.
No, sir, but I did not had the other offer that time.
अच्छा, उस समय था.
The other offer, हाँ, कुछ नहीं था. So first, whatever companies come, I have to give my best.
And again, Amazon was the first one. यहाँ भी Amazon पहला था. अच्छा, मतलब लोग भूलते नहीं हैं.
Yes,
but I'm pretty sure बड़ा ये professional decision रहा होगा. It would not be an emotional one.
Yes, sir. It was again a professional, because this is the interest that I have. Then I went ahead with that. Or and also how I want to build my career moving ahead. So this is that.
Because at this level, of course, इतना बुरा नहीं लगता है किसी को कि हमें रिजेक्ट किया था, लिया नहीं था. आई थिंक इट्स ऑल फाइन. एंड अगेन एज यू सेड कि अच्छा हुआ नहीं लिया था. HUL गिव यू अ वंडरफुल आई मीन ट्रकलोड्स ऑफ गुड एक्सपीरियंस.
Yes, sir. That's great.
तो ठीक है. तो आई थिंक MBA तो पूरा हो ही जाएगा if you are on a break. As you said, MBA is not a problem at all. Fine.
Yeah. And there are so many things we can do over here as well. Like there are projects, live projects which are coming up, and then there are again different committees, which two of which I'm a part of. So there will be events for that. And just now we were having a sports event over here, seniors versus juniors. So I was just cheering up for the junior team.
For the junior team.
Yes. So it's very fun over here, and it's since again there are all great minds. So I mean we get a chance to learn from everyone, and everyone comes from different backgrounds. So the mix is amazing. From freshers to work-ex, there's one person who has a work-ex of 11 years. 11 years. All 11 years, and so that's how it is. So we learn from each other, and we support one another, and this is something which I love. During the SIPs, the summer placements, we saw this. The senior supported us, even the students supported one another. And it was something like if you're not placed unless the entire batch is placed. So this is our motto, not motto, but a vision basically.
No one gets left behind. Everybody has to cross.
Yes.
That's
so we all
because
support
I always thought that because of all this cutthroat competition or the talk about it, maybe it is difficult to be supportive of other people. But now, as you say that no, it's not the case. We really back each other up, and that comes with a bit of surprise. But then it is wonderful to know that.
Yes, sir. Because what we have understood is that whenever a company comes, they have certain things in their mind that these are the few factors or these are the few traits that they are looking in a student. So if they find that trait, of course they'll hire the student, irrespective of the number. This is what we have realized. So we're not competing with one another. Rather, we have to reach that threshold or that limit. The lower limit that has been set.
So basically, there's space for everybody. The one who is able to fit into that, they take them.
Yes.
All right.
So that's the thinking that we all have over here, and that's what even the companies tell us.
So staying there with the finest brains in the country, with the most hardworking people in the country, because that is how they made it there. वरना पहुंचते नहीं वहाँ पे. And having the time of your life, just being there, and I mean दो तीन चीजें हैं which I really liked about the conversation here was that for a change there was no undue pressure on the girl child कि भाई आपको ये करना है या वो नहीं करना है, हम करने नहीं देंगे. It was a smooth sailing for quite a long time as far as academics is concerned. The only setbacks would be maybe JE, but then it's okay. वो भी जब कोई बात करेगा तो probably, otherwise I don't think it is hovering around your brain anymore. मतलब उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. तो हाँ, okay. So what do you have to say to anybody who is preparing right now?
I think the only message would be to not give up, but at the same time to analyze where the person is going wrong. And when I say analysis, we should write in a diary and prepare and thoroughly think through that what mistakes are happening, even not only in the paper, maybe when they are attempting the questions, what is coming in their mind, are they getting distracted? Or are they becoming nervous? Even these small things makes a lot of difference. So these things they should write in a diary and try to eliminate each of these negative points.
Okay.
And
so maybe ये चीज I'll also note it down, because usually even I don't tell this. मैं बोलता हूँ कि हाँ पेपर सॉल्व किया आपने मॉक, और एक बार उसको देख लो कि कितने सही कितने गलत, क्यों सही क्यों गलत. But then the idea is to
yes, and if you're not getting good guidance, like if you're thinking अच्छा ठीक है ये समझ नहीं आ रहा है, sometimes we become ignorant of things कि अच्छा ठीक है probability, let it go. we'll just consider over things. But I think no, we should go and talk to our teachers who are teaching us. कि ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. Please help us understand that. We are not vocal at times, but we should be vocal about things. So I think that also makes a difference, because एक मार्क भी, क्योंकि कभी-कभी probability question easy आ जाते हैं, दूसरे जो हमारा strong point उसके difficult आ जाते हैं.
Right. तो backup नहीं हमारे पास. We don't have the backup for that because probability हमने किया ही नहीं है.
Yes.
Okay. So the idea is to prepare for all 33 questions. उसमें से choice करते हैं rather than 30 में से choice करें फिर.
हाँ.
Okay. हाँ.
And if you don't, I think this is something which I did in that last 1 month between CAT and XAT. Okay. Achha, after you suffered that CAT setback, then decided. Because then I sat down and thought कि I knew all the answers, even then why I was not able to answer. Then I realized, okay, these are the mistakes I did, and I won't repeat them in XAT, and I did not.
So that again would have been hell lot of pressure, because CAT खराब हो चुका है, हमको पता है, और XAT इतना आसान होता नहीं है, ये भी पता है.
Yes, and but yeah, I shared my anxiety or my sadness with my family members, friends, mentors. They helped me कि ठीक है, हो जाता है, just don't worry about it. So, but they motivated me. That's why I was able to sustain.
And then of course you had a job, तो ठीक है, मतलब एक cushion है हमारे पास.
हाँ, but I think job था, हाँ, इसलिए और पढ़ाई हो भी नहीं पाता था. And I mean, I used to get very limited time to study. So वो भी issue था.
Because I remember जब अपना we used to have sessions at 8:30 in the evening, and even then sometimes you found it difficult to be there because maybe stuck in office or something.
Yes.
And that was Mumbai, right? You were working in Mumbai.
Yes.
Another big city. Okay. Great.
Yes, I have lived in 9 cities. I was counting.
Acha.
Yes.
No. Okay.
6 schools थे, cities 9 थे, because Chennai is another, Mumbai is another, and then in between I was in Bangalore as well.
So अब मुझे लग रहा है next time when we talk, you would be somewhere in Europe or the US.
I hope so.
कब तक लोकल घूमेंगे, अब ग्लोबल जाने का टाइम आ गया है probably.
I hope so, sir.
हाँ नहीं, I'm pretty sure about it.
इनका भी बहुत कुछ बचा है घूमना.
बहुत बचा हुआ है. And being the kind of person you are, I'm pretty sure that you will be sailing through everything that you decide to. And then thanks for taking out time, क्योंकि मतलब अभी आप on campus studying and finding time for these things. But I really wanted to have a conversation with you because I knew कि यहाँ से सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिलेगा, people who listen to us, and I just hope that when we come out, when we go public with the conversation, people do listen to us, and they learn कि भाई हंसते मुस्कुराते भी जिंदगी जी सकते हैं, बहुत रो के प्रेशर लेके गाना वाना करके इतना जरूरत नहीं है. You just keep doing your best, and maybe the best will happen.
Yes. That has to happen if you're trying our best.
If you're trying out, exactly. हाँ, बच के कहाँ जाएगा?
And yeah, I think my inspiration has been Dhoni of Afghanistan. He also started his career quite late compared to others. But then, as of when we think of him now, he's perhaps unbeatable. The best, yes.
The best we had, or at least saw. Maybe there were people before, but what we saw, he was super. Oh, that's great. Okay, beta, go ahead with whatever you are supposed to do right now. Maybe preparing for quiz, maybe some project work, maybe some sports, whatever it is. And,
cheering for my team.
cheering for your team. All right. And I hope we meet again. Maybe in person, maybe through online platforms, and we keep sharing things with the world just to make it a better place to be.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye. Now that you have had a very good day, please like, share, subscribe, spread the word around. We have more coming in. In fact, one every week, as I said. Get going.